Okay, he's going to mark that short piece above the header there, and he's going to cut it, and then he'll install it. But you can see that this one's 8 inches, and I think right now it's 3 3/4, something like that's the actual measurement. On the last house, I want to say it was almost like 5 or 7 inches, somewhere in there. So I made it slightly bigger. Again, this kind of a thought is to allow for adjustment's sake. So there's subtle differences on where a window is going to be installed by a manufacturer. So this gives us that adjustment capability. Again, just as a mindset, that window trim on the left and right is not in place yet, and we've left the space for it. Currently, this radius corner and the 3x5 panel to the right of it is installed. They're marking out the other 3x5 panel that's going to be right of that window, and then they'll install it. Again, we're going across from left to right, row after row. So now this is the panel, the 3x5 panel, and there's 2 of them. There's the corner, and then there's another one and another one right where Skylar is now. So it's 2 3x5 panels plus the interlocking corner. And Sheck's getting ready to place the other interlocking corner. That's the corner that I was speaking about that needed to be trimmed around that eave. You can see it as he gets closer there. I'll zoom in on it, but that is the left gable, another row, and it's done. And then this one now is the final row. Notice we're making the cutouts here for the fake corbels. They're styrofoam corbels. There's 5 on this section, 3 on the other, and we're just taking a zip tool. On this particular side, we cut. It was hard to mark the corners on the ground, where on this other gable we had it laying flat on the ground. It was easy to mark the corbels out, but here we cut it up right in place. The next grout, this one above the gable cuts on top of this row, you're going to see them just cut it right on the ground. They'll cut the corbels out of it. So again, they're sliding that in place now, and then they'll screw it in place, and then the next row will be good, ready to go. So you're going to see, as soon as they get that piece in, then we're going to be doing a shot where you're getting an overview of that 3 pieces that make that gable end above where Sheck is now. You'll see it right there. So there's 2 smaller pieces on each side that have already been somewhat fabricated to the pitch of the gable. They're just about 2 inches taller, so we have adjustment there. And they've got the pieces laid out. They've got their measurement left, right, and the center, and then they're going to pop a blue chalk line, cut it, and then before they actually bring it up, they're going to cut the corbel areas out of that, and that'll be done. So now a piece is going to be cut, and now it's installed. Actually, that'll be 2 pieces. Unfortunately, the corbel came in and intersected that to where it just cut out. Like that triangle piece was just cut in half because of that corbel. Okay, now the pieces are up and installed, or the corbel's been cut out, but notice that Sheck is wrapping up some panels. We took them from Kennewick, Washington. We went to Marlette Homes in Hermiston, Oregon, and we did an installation on a prototype, which you'll see right here. This is a brand new modular home that we did 3 pieces, the 15-foot 9 underneath the window, and then we did on each side of the garage. But it was about a half an hour each way, so we were gone an hour in travel, and then we were there about 3 hours. So the 11-hour installation that I spoke of earlier was really a misnomer in that me and Sheck went away from the job, left Skylar there to finish up the details and clean up. But this is a brand new prototype, like any new prototype. I mean, we had made pictures to the drawings that they had submitted, and when we got there was some issues that from the siding to the trim pieces that were on. So working with the staff there at Marlette, we all came up with conclusions to said problems, and we now have standard pieces that will go for this model home, and it should take no more than about 15 minutes to install. I think it's 15 pieces altogether that make this system. There's the 15-foot 9 underneath this window to the sides of it. Then where Sheck is, that's 4.5 feet. And then there's this section here on the right side of the garage, which I think is about 18 inches. But at any rate, that's an installation that we did the same day that we were doing this other house that you were previously viewing. So I just thought I would throw that into the mix. But again, as any builder comes before us, we are going to make whatever they're needing to make at what shapes and lengths and heights and colors and textures. So again, if we can help you in any way to design systems for your applications, obviously give us a call, email us. We'll be happy to work with you on any project, singular or multiple, whatever the case may be. As we leave this plant, which I showed you some photos here, so when we leave here, we're about a half an hour away. We get back, and Skyler's got it all finished, cleaned up. It was pretty much finished when we left, but there was still some touch up there from a couple of cuts that were made improper. We had to seam back some panels on the gable there. At any rate, this is all washed down, cleaned up, like we were never there. They even washed the driveway. But I'm just taking finished shots of our work. Obviously, it still needs to be caulked. The corbels need to be put in and some trim at the windows there. But for all practical purposes, our work is done. As I said previously, I thought it took us 11 hours, but with the trip to Marlette, I estimate now that it's probably 8 hours for two of my sons there, Sheck and Skyler, to install this full. So that's 16 man-hours. There are bagged mud systems out there that you mix up, trowel on, and stamp that cannot compare to this as far as aesthetics. This is molded rock that we've laid up, real rock, and it's not something that requires any artistry or skill. It cannot be compared to. And as far as the 12,000 PSI strength, you're not getting that out of a bag mix. So this system is less expensive than any other system that's out there, less skill requiring, faster to install, longer lasting, water intrusion issues. I mean, the list goes on. Again, if we can be of any assistance to you in your projects, you just give us a call or email us, and we'll be happy to look at your projects or multiple projects and assist you in any way we can. I appreciate the time you've taken to view this video, and if we can help you further, give us a call. Thanks.